gonna do our walk around for MB4600 series. You should do your proper DOT inspection before you operate any equipment. First thing, we're looking out for any signs of fluids on the floor that indicates any leaks. Up front, we are looking at the plow cylinders, hydraulic hoses, our motor dipstick and motor filler. On the side we have a panel that we can take off and inspect the hydraulic reservoir tank, transmission dipstick, side glass of the coolant, and the radiator cap. Also on the side we have our air tanks, main power on and off, battery box, fuel tanks, trailer supply cluster for electrical and air hoses, our height hitch linkage, make sure the bolts and nuts are tight, our fifth wheel, make sure that it's locked and it's greased and there is no space in between, and all the bolts are present. Our rear tractor trailer articulated cylinders, the fifth wheel plate, make sure that it's secure and there is no gap in between them. Our tractor trailer landing gear, our broom pattern box, make sure the broom is properly adjusted 2 to 4 inches, our broom hydraulic lift cylinder, the caster wheels for the broom on the left side, and brake pads, make sure they are properly adjusted as well and secure. A broom carriage, make sure the broom is locked. The broom hitch bolts, make sure there is 4 of them, there is no gap in between them and they're not missing. It should be 4 on each side. Also, we are going to check the hydraulic lines and cylinders as we inspect this area. We're doing a visual inspection of the hydraulic lines as they connect on top on our hydraulic manifold. If there is any leaks, it should be on top of the hood. On this side we have the other 2 caster wheels and broom cylinder, hydraulic lines for the blower on the left side, a rear hood lift controller, access panel for the rear DMC controller. Make sure it's in service before we start it. Once we started, we lift the hood and we are gonna see a view at the motor compartment. Some of the things you should be looking as you're doing your proper DOT inspection are the DMC controller, automatic greaser, hydraulic tank, the gearbox dipstick is hiding behind there. On top is your side glass for the coolant, the turbines. One thing that is important is visually inspect the fuel and the rear tanks. Don't rely on the computer. On the back of the motor you can look the radiator and exhaust system, and the hood itself is the reverse camera. A view of the right side motor. On this side we have the motor dipstick, oil filler, some filters, and the hydraulic bypass valve shut off. This side we have a right side blower and the adjustable bar for the broom hood and scraper bar. Make sure we have about ½ inch all the way across. We are looking for the overall condition of the broom. Make sure there is no bristles that are missing. On this side we have the other scraper bar hood adjustment, a tractor's articulating cylinder, and as we do in a walk around we're looking for any leaks on the floor. We have the plow hydraulic tank reservoir and filter, air tanks. Up front we have our steering box and hydraulic lines. Our plow articulating cylinders and lift cylinders and hydraulic lines. These are some of the things you should be looking as you do your DOT inspection as it is recommended for